Hello there, friends. Three Card Thursday from Cards of Light, Bright Blessings of the Tarot for July 21st, 2022. Brian Noe with you. Glad to have you with me this week. Thanks for joining me for our three-card energy reading here. And we're going to do, this time around, a thing to stop doing, a thing to keep doing, and a thing to start doing for these three positions. So the first position, we have the Queen of Cups. In the second position, we have the Princess of Cups. And in the third position, we have the Five of Swords. Okay, this is kind of a challenging little spread here. Let's talk about these cards first and then how they relate to the position. So Queen of Cups is the second rank of the court cards of the Cups suit. And to me, she represents the empath. You see how the reflections here are just perfect based on what's going on up here. And this person is putting, I just learned this from Joe Monteleone this last week, the symbolism here of the lotus over the ibis. She's placing intuition over, kind of knowledge and thinking, or rational thinking. So intuition has a little higher value here. So I think of this card as the card of the empath. So that's the meaning for that one. Princess of Cups. This is this is water of water here in this first card. In this card we've got earth of water. So this is where the energy of the Cups suit, which is all about the heart and about emotions, begins to solidify. Look at the crystals here on her cape. So begins to actually take form in our material world. So this is where maybe either a project of the heart or our intention to care and to love actually begins to take on physical form or action in our world. So earth of water, water of water, earth of water. And now then we have this Five of Swords. Swords, the suit of the mind, the suit of the intellect. Fives are cards of change and instability. We can see that Crowley has styled this card defeat. I think of this card as the winds of change. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But it is also about kind of a disturbed energy in our minds. So interesting, because we're talking about something to quit doing, and we've got the card of empathy here. Something to keep doing, and we've got, kind of making our emotional impulses real in the world, and something to start doing, and we've got this very troublesome Swords card. So let's see how we might interpret these. Since it would seem like empathy and intuition are always good things, it's kind of hard to say, what should we be giving up here? But I think maybe sometimes we can be a little bit too into those impulses, where we don't actually get to doing something real. So if we're just sitting around feeling, and particularly sitting around and reflecting back to others what they are feeling, sometimes that is not called for. Sometimes what is called for is action, and sometimes what is called for is not just saying, oh, I'm so sorry, and maybe not giving someone what they actually need. I'm not a big one on when people talk about tough love. A lot of times I just kind of want to regurgitate because most of the time when I hear people saying that, they've got a lot of tough, but they don't have a lot of love. But maybe this is a cue that we need a little bit more, a little less emoting and a little less just sitting in empathy and holding space and all of that kind of stuff, and a little bit more giving people something practical that will actually help them. That's just a thought. Okay, so something to stop doing there is maybe just sort of reflecting and being empathetic and intuitional and stuff. We need some practical stuff going on here is what the sense I'm getting from that card. Princess of Cups gives us something to keep doing, and that is to put love in action. Quite simply, whatever form that might take. There's also a vulnerability about this character, I think. And so what we can keep doing is, opening our hearts, keeping ourselves open and vulnerable, and self-disclosing and all of that kind of stuff as we interact with others. And then something to start doing. So I would say in this context, this Five of Swords maybe means letting go of some of the mental constructs that we cherish and have really clung to. So we've got the Four, which is a card of stability, where we go to the Five and it's this card of change. So we need to just sort of be open to accepting new ideas, new thoughts, a new, mental or intellectual landscape, maybe some new mental habits that we can bring into our lives, and not sort of just depend on the tried and true, and sort of our habits and the ways that we things that have brought us to the point where we are now. Maybe it's time to kind of let those winds of change blow in and bring some fresh new approaches to things for us. When I look at these cards overall, look at the color patterns moving from left to right as well. We've got the greens and blues here, really deep, rich colors. And we've got a little bit of these, kind of pinks and mauves and violets beginning to come into the picture here. And then over here, it's a lot more of the greens and sort of rose colors and that sort of thing in this. I love Lady Harris art. And I think I've mentioned before that was really what drew me to this deck. But these cards, all three of them, are just stunning in that respect too. That doesn't help us a lot in terms of interpreting them, I don't think, but just wanted to note that. So that's the way I would read these three. Kind of a challenging little 3-card spread this time around. I'd love to hear what you think. You can either leave comments here with the video, or you can pop on out to the weblog at brightblessingstarot.com and leave me comments there, or click the contact tab and get in touch with me if you'd like. But I'd like to hear what you think about these. If you're a reader, certainly you may have other ideas about this 3-card spread. Or if you're just kind of starting out to explore the cards, and these have got some sort of resonance with you, or some sort of idea hits you about them, or just some sort of intuitive feel for, oh, that card makes me feel blah, blah, blah. I'd love to hear that as well. And again, you can either leave comments here or get in touch or pop on out to the weblog. I think that will do it for this 3-card Thursday. I plan to be back on Sunday if all goes well for our Sunday morning spread. And in the meantime, I wish you peace. Take care of yourself, and We'll see you soon.